Hey everybody, hope you're doing awesome today. So you've got a house and you've got some big dreams for that house. You want to renovate, you want to remodel. So I'm talking projects that are larger than just, hey, I want to slap some paint on a wall or things like that. I'm talking about maybe a big bathroom remodel or adding a deck to the back of your home or something like that. A big question is, how do I pay for it? Do I take out a personal loan? Do I take out a second mortgage or a home equity line of credit? In this video, I'm going to talk you through some options to finance that big remodeling project. And let's take a look at the pros and cons of each of those. Home renovation projects are great. It can increase the value of your home, number one. Number two, it can make your space more livable. However, we all know that those projects can be pretty expensive. So how do you pay for them? Let's take a look at a personal loan and we'll discuss the pros and cons of taking out a personal loan. Number one, on the pro side, hey, and don't laugh, by the way, at my handwriting. I'm going to back up here so you can see it. Yeah, it's terrible. I get it. My handwriting's bad, so don't laugh too hard, okay? Pros of taking out a personal loan. It can be a lot quicker than doing a refinance or home equity line of credit. So you can secure that money a little faster. You can get this money quicker because if you have to go through a refi or home equity line of credit, sometimes there's a lot of documentation that you have to fill out, forms you've got to complete and submit. And I know that we all love, right? We all love those long forms, not. But also sometimes you have to have an appraisal done on your home, which is yet another step in the process. So personal loans, pro number one, it's a lot quicker. Before we go any further, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button for me. You're so awesome. Positive number two, the debt is unsecured. You might be saying, Stephen, what does that mean? What is unsecured debt? With a personal loan, it's typically not backed with any collateral, which means, for example, if you were to take out a loan, a home equity line of credit, then you would put your home up as collateral. And that means if you don't pay that loan back, then you would lose your property. So if you don't pay that loan back, you lose your property, and that would be a bad thing. The debt's unsecured with a personal loan. Number three, and this is a money saver, you will avoid closing costs. Now, there will be some type of application fee or origination fee that should be lower compared to taking out a second mortgage, because with a second mortgage, there are underwriting fees, larger loan origination fees, and other administrative fees that will add up pretty quickly. So where there are pluses, there always have to be minuses, right? So let's take a look at the cons over here on the other side of the board. So number one, typically your interest rate is going to be higher. You might ask, well, why is the interest rate higher? Go back over here and look at the pro side. One of the pros was that this is unsecured debt. So from a lender standpoint, if debt is unsecured, that equals more liability for the lender, and lenders do not like liability. So in order to protect themselves against the lack of liability over here, they charge you a higher interest rate so they make a little more money off of your loan. So the second negative is that your monthly payment could very well be higher. So why is that monthly payment higher? Go back to number one here. This is a big reason. Typically you're going to have a higher interest rate, but additionally, with a personal loan, the term of that loan, so you're going to have a shorter time frame to pay it back, which means you're going to have a higher monthly payment. Negative number three is the interest is not tax deductible. For those of you that aren't familiar with taxes and how interest expense works, if you have a mortgage, even if you were to take out a second mortgage for this home improvement project, typically that second mortgage interest that you pay every single month is tax deductible. So that means that you can deduct a piece of that off of your taxable income and you save some money each month. So with a personal loan, you cannot deduct that interest, unfortunately, so you don't have that little tax savings built in. Hey, that wasn't too painful, right? I know this is terrible handwriting, but hopefully you can read this or you've taken good notes and you can go back and review later. But I hope this helps you out if you're trying to figure out how to finance a home improvement project. And I want to put a big asterisk in here and say, hey, if you're thinking about buying a home and then you know you're going to need some money for home improvement projects, do not try to take out any kind of loan before you close on your house. So once again, do not do anything to your credit. You don't want to jeopardize that mortgage if you're trying to buy a new house. So do this, what I'm talking about here, after you've closed on the house. So that's a big important thing that I wanted to mention there. Before you leave my channel, do me a favor, check out this video that I've published on my channel where I talk about those small home improvement projects. So we were just talking about home improvement projects that are large and require a lot of money. But what about those smaller home improvement projects that you can do for under $100? Check out that video for some snazzy little projects you can jump into and make an improvement on your home and then also not pay an arm and a leg for it.